Can the Hyundai Venue tow something like this? A trailer. Can it? Well, let's talk about that. Alright, first of all, Hyundai Venue 2022 Owner's Manual says in Section 6, page 95, trailer towing. We do not recommend using this vehicle for trailer towing. Huh. Hyundai Venue Owner's Manual. Well, I do have a trailer hooked up to it, and said trailer is loaded with about 800 plus pounds of rock and concrete mix. So, can it? Did it? Yes, in fact it did. There is roughly about 120 pounds of weight on the hitch there. Yeah, about 120 pounds. That's about as max as I would go. It's a class, let's see, what is the cart? Well, it's not even a cart. Well, yeah, it is. It's a class 1 hitch, I believe, with the 1 1/4 inch receiver tube. Again, 900 pounds is a lot. That's close to the max for the trailer's capabilities itself, and having 120 to 140 pounds of weight on that trailer tongue is a lot, no matter what vehicle it is, no matter what you're pulling. So did it do it? Yes. Do I recommend it? No. Ideally, this trailer is mostly used for going camping, or traveling with the family, and it's typically, and it's not really gonna hardly ever be towed behind this vehicle. Occasionally, if I go camping with just me and 1 or 2 of the kids, I'll throw all of our camping gear and stuff in that and hook it up to it. But with that, the trailer's not gonna weigh but 400 pounds. And 400 pounds is nothing for a car, for a 4-cylinder to pull. 400 pounds is nothing. 900 pounds plus, that's a lot. That's a lot for this type of vehicle. So I do not recommend that. But for the 400 or 500 pounds of camping gear, if that, with a trailer that weighs less than 250 pounds by itself, that's not bad. That's not going to be a problem. So again, I don't recommend going to the max, but for half of the capacity, having about 60 to 90 pounds worth of weight on the tongue, on your hitch, and having 400 or 500 pounds in your little tiny 4-foot trailer, that's not a problem. The car's going to do it just fine. The transmission's going to do it just fine. If anything, baby it a little bit. Go easy on your acceleration and deceleration. Take care of your brakes and your transmission. Don't race around with a trailer with a load. But other than that, I mean, it's not bad. You're not going to kill the car. Just have a little bit of common sense. Well, hopefully this video gave you a little bit more common sense, and I'll leave it at that. Oh, and here's the trailer with the lid off and the back tail gate off. I wasn't joking. Almost 900 pounds of rock and concrete bags. 80-pound bags of quick concrete and 50-pound bags of drainage rock. So yeah, not kidding. Heavy load, and it made it home. The whopping 9 miles from Lowe's to the house. So there you go. Proof is in the whatever, concrete in this case. Doing the installation of the hitch and the wiring for hooking up the trailer. I've done that on a couple of vehicles. It's not my first rodeo. It's not that bad. I was able to do it without taking off the back bumper. I did have to, and almost always end up having to disconnect the exhaust. And I was able to just disconnect that little rubber boot that holds it in place at the end. Just took that off, held it with a little bungee cord out of the way enough to finagle the hitch bar, the tow bar up underneath of there, and bolt it on where it has to be bolted on. The wiring, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but the wiring is zip tied to the tow bar, and then it goes up through the undercarriage part where there's, I guess those are two drain plugs. There's two of them, the little black rubbery booted drain plugs. So I guess if take your Hyundai Venue scuba diving, and you need to let all the water out of the inside, you pull those drain plugs out from where the spare tires kept inside, and so I took one of those, made a couple of cuts, little slits, so that I could wire the tow wiring up through that, and then your positive that goes all the way to the front of the vehicle up into the engine compartment and connected to the positive side of your driver's battery for the car's battery. That I was able to bring up and zip tie tightly up to the other wiring that goes to your tail lights. And the wiring for the taillights is really not bad either. You take this piece off here. There's a couple of bolts, couple of screws to take that off, and then there's a couple of screws to take this panel off. But you loosen up that panel, and you loosen up this side panel over here, and you can kind of peel that back temporarily in order to gain access to your light housings. Excuse the pollen. I hate spring and I hate pollen. But you can get access to where the lights connect, and it's a plug-and-play system. So you connect the trailer wiring into the lights, and then the light plug that you connect to the other plug that the trailer wiring kit already comes wired up with. I'll include the links to both the hitch and the trailer wiring kit. Again, that's for my 2022 Hyundai Venue. So I don't know if the other model, I believe most of those years, 20, 21, 22, and 23 are all going to be the same deal. But underneath here, underneath the car, is a big long section of protective panel that protects all the other wires going from the rear to the front of the vehicle, and that was just super easy to tuck that wire, that positive wire that goes to the battery. Just tuck that up in there, zip tie it together to some other wires, and it was very, very easy, streamlined, professional looking. That way there's no wire dangling loose, or it's not exposed. It's tucked up and protected. So again, very easy, not too terribly hard, at least for somebody like me who's done it before on other vehicles, and has a little bit of basic electrical knowledge. So that's my setup, that's my trailer, and yeah, so take this with a grain of salt. Again, the owner's manual says no to towing, but can it physically do it? Yes. Just be careful and try to be smart, and and enjoy your Hyundai Venue. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.